Cross-border freight shipping to Mexico. Shipping to Mexico from the US is an area of capacity opportunity for many companies, but some shippers are hesitant to send cargo on this cross-border shipping journey because of concerns about the added complications that come with international shipping. In this video, we'll take you through the process of how to ship to Mexico and how the right cross-border freight services can help. What freight modes ship from the US to Mexico? The primary capacity option is the traditional 53-foot dry van, but other trucking options, including refrigerated ones, along with intermodal shipping, are available. What types of cargo can move across the border? U.S. companies can ship just about any type of freight to Mexico. With the growing nearshoring trend, businesses need to supply factories with parts, machinery, building materials, and product components. But other freight geared directly to consumers like appliances, electronics, and more can also move south of the border. What documentation is needed to ship to Mexico? The Mexican Customs Bureau reports that one of the most common mistakes U.S. exporters make is the lack of documentation. The most notable document needed is the Mexican entry form known as the Pedimento Aduanal. The pedimento is essentially a tax receipt that proves all necessary taxes have been paid to Mexican authorities, thus allowing products to either enter or exit the country. Additional important documents include commercial invoice plus pro forma, bill of lading, USMCA, United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, Certificate of Origin, and packing list. Other documentation may be required on a case-by-case basis, depending on the load and freight mode. Who is responsible for obtaining permits and making payments to Mexican authorities? In nearly every case, the responsible party is the Mexican buyer, who also should be responsible for contracting a Mexican customs broker. To comply with Mexico customs regulations, every shipment that intends to enter the country must have an importer of record registered in the official register of importers, and U.S. exporters should always verify the full set of import requirements with their Mexican customers. Who should shippers work with to transport freight to Mexico? The Department of Commerce International Trade Administration recommends working with both an experienced freight forwarder and a local customs broker. Often, the freight forwarder will partner with a customs broker, making it a one-stop shop for shippers. A freight forwarder should have experience with cross-border shipping and connections on both sides of the border who can speak English and Spanish. The Mexican customs broker is a necessity to navigate the delicate documentation processes and bond requirements to clear freight shipments. For instance, the aforementioned pedimento can be quite complex to fill out, as it requires specific codes be used instead of common names, words, and locations. And remember, if there are missing documents or issues with how they are filled in, a shipment may not be cleared and instead would be detained or even outright rejected. Local customs brokers know all the ins and outs of what's needed to get shipments across the border as smoothly as possible, avoiding costly detention or rejection due to missing or incorrect paperwork, labeling problems, improper classification, unpaid tariffs, or other issues. They can also communicate on the ground with their connections to resolve any questions and provide local expertise for shippers with gaps in knowledge of the Mexican market. If any or many of those steps we've outlined seem complex, employing an experienced logistics service provider along with a Mexican customs broker means shippers won't have to worry about them and can simply focus on their business. If your company is interested in moving freight from the US to Mexico, Intech Freight and Logistics can help. With cross-border experience and local partnerships, including a Mexican customs broker, Intech can make the process work for you. Call 317-208-5565 or visit our website www.intechfreight-logistics.com and hit the Request a Quote button to learn more. Please do give us a thumbs up below and subscribe to this channel to get future videos first. Thanks very much for watching.